ribs. So we've got a couple of spare ribs here. I'm going to use 2 of them. I'm going to cook them twice. So I'm going to start them just on their own in the pan to get some good colour. I'll take that out and then start to build a sauce in my pan, which I'll baste those cooked pork ribs in and then finish them in the oven. So cold pan, anytime you have something that's got high fat content, start it in a cold pan. So spare ribs have got a high fat content. That way we render out a lot of the fat and then we can cook in that rendered fat. And the more fat we can render out of the dish, the less blubbery the pork is going to be when we get to eating it. So I'm going to cook that one side, render out a lot of fat, get some really good colour on it, turn it over, get some really good colour on the other side. I'll take them out, rest them, and then my sauce is a really simple sauce. It's got hoisin, soy sauce, brown sugar, star anise, ginger, and cinnamon. I've already made the sauce up, so in here I've got those ingredients ready to go, and then a little bit extra if I need to add it once it comes back out of the oven. I need to balance the sauce. The one thing I don't have in this though is my star anise and my cinnamon, so we'll pop them into the pan when it goes into the oven. They've had a couple of minutes on both sides till we've got some good colour. And now we can start to build that sticky sauce that will roast in the oven. First thing I want to do is just take some heat out of the pan and deglaze with some stock. If I put that sauce in now with the amount of sugar that's in there and how hot that pan is, I would burn my sauce. So you need to take some heat out of the sauce. So we'll do that with some stock. So I've added about half a cup of stock. I want to reduce that half of a cup of stock down to about a quarter of a cup of stock just to intensify the stock or the flavour in the stock. And then I'll add my sauce, reduce that down again a little bit more. Then these will go back in, I'll give them a good coating, and then we'll finish them off in the oven. When they come out of the oven, that's when I need to balance my sauce. So does it need more of our soy sauce, hoisin, more ginger, more sugar, some acid from some lemon juice? I'll do all that right at the end when it comes out of the oven. My pork's come out. If you wanted to have that be really tender and fall apart, you could top it up with a little bit more stock, some of the hoisin and soy sauce and a little bit of lemon juice, and pop it back in. It'd only need probably another 25 to 30 minutes, and you'd be able to break that apart, fold it through some noodles or through a pasta if you wanted to. I want it to hold its shape so that you can sort of pick it up with your fingers and eat it. All right, that can come out onto our plate. Some salt. If you've got a basting brush, just some fresh hoisin, and just paint that on top. And the heat that's in that pork stew will sort of stick the hoisin to it. All right, sticky spare ribs. Like I said at the beginning, you could definitely do that with actual ribs. So if you've got a whole side of ribs, same process, use the same sauce, put it in a roasting tray instead of in the saute pan like I did. Go through the same process, but you would need to cook it for a little bit longer. So it'd probably need to be in the oven for, that was in there for probably 15, 20 minutes. It would need to be in the oven for probably about an hour and a half for those ribs to be fall apart. But if you've got spare ribs or even sort of some thin slices of pork belly, then this, I think, is absolutely beautiful. You can let that cool down and put it in a in a sandwich. You could slice it up and put it through a salad if you wanted to, or you could just eat it like it is, which is what I would do.